How about you? I'm Hank. Welcome to Hamiltonville Farm. We got to go into the woods. We're going to have to kind of rebuild this road that goes through my woods by cleaning out the ditches, kind of dragging it all up, and then we'll crown it and all that good stuff, or try to crown it. I'm not good at making crowns with the box blade on back of the old C754 here. I want to get down into the woods and I want to show you the dozer that we're using. It is so raggedy, it's crazy. So it's going to take, it ain't as simple as going down there, you know, tilting the 6-way blade down there and pushing on the thing. There's a lot of intricacies, but let me show you just how bad this dozer is before before we get started. It's kind of my disclaimer, I guess you would say. All right, let's ride down into the woods. Good morning. Alright, this is the 450J from my father-in-law's. I was joking around with him in another video. I told him I'd buy it from him. He said, yeah. And then he said, you realize I was just joking, right? And I was like, oh. Anyway, hey, let's just take a look. Let's just start from the front, work our way back. This thing is horrible. Alright, it's not good at all. This connector here has been welded like 15,000 times. That blade actually come off of it where that little ball joint is down there. So that's been welded on, and it's got so much slop in it. It's crazy. And if you look, like, look at that. Look at the wear there and there. Okay, you can almost put my finger in there. This thing, I'm not sure. They just don't own a grease gun. There's no grease in it whatsoever. Look at the wear in that pin right there. And this thing is supposed to be a 6-way blade, and it's kind of like a 5.5 way blade after it gets done. But it does have new chains on it, but it's missing some rollers there, or it's got a roller, but it's halfway missing. The track pads, you know, the bolts are loose, and you know, some of them are sticking up, some of them are missing. Some of them are missing. Look at the sprockets. The sprockets are about shot. It's just, I mean, it's just not good. Look at those track pad right there. But I'll tell you this. These things are expensive to maintain. And if you don't have the resources to maintain them, you can't, you know. I think some of those rollers don't even touch the chain there, the track chain. That's missing. Like I say, you know, these have been welded on here. But wait until we get inside the cab. You know, these are some of the external things. But this thing, I will tell you this thing has been rode hard and put up wet. It is always been beat up. But they do really, really rough work with it. So, but when we get into the operator workstation, the joystick, like literally when I'm backing up, I have to hold it all the way over to the to my right here, and then because it doesn't steer, it doesn't track right. This throttle works sometimes, and then the blade obviously goes got a lot of slop in it. But hey, it's better than nothing. But let's crank this thing up and let's go to work in it. Alright, check this out. That blade will start leaking after a minute. Watch that blade leak down. That's crazy. Ain't that crazy? So essentially, I've got to constantly keep pressure on that joystick a certain way to keep it like up, down, the side. Now I did throw the spoils off on this side instead of into the road, and that was by choice because that road is actually pretty good on this side. And there's a road that cuts through here, so I bring the blade, or I brought the blade up. I probably won't cut any ditches on this side, but I'll come back to that side and work my way down and reestablish the ditches there. All right, we jump in the tractor, get the box blade down here a couple passes, and be done with this project. This, I don't know if I explained it. Let me turn this off. I don't know how well I explained it, but this sand literally, like overnight, will fill these ditches back up. I remember the first time we pulled these ditches. I'm not kidding. It was overnight. The sand filled them back up. But it, you know, something you got to do to maintain it. But you know, that's why I was mentioning 2 seconds ago in the clip about pulling the spoils back onto the road. The sand literally will just wash back into these. And if you live in my part of the world, you'll understand that, because there's a lot of people that watch this. A lot of dozer operators. Remember, I probably got less than 15 hours in a dozer, something like that, in my whole entire life. So it ain't like I'm a dozer operator. So keep that in mind. But, and that's, you know, I'm not trying to say that as an excuse or whatever, but I mean, I know a lot of people will pull the dirt back onto the roads, but that's just not what I'm doing. And I don't know why I keep harping about that. I guess because I know there's going to be comments about it. But anyway, let's get the box blade. Let's get the road smoothed out. And then we will be finished with this project. Hey, listen, real quick, Bo. I got a new merch supplier. And I've got a couple of t-shirts that are left on the website. T-shirts have been selling like crazy. So we really, really appreciate everyone who's bought a t-shirt. The hats will be back in stock any day now. Hopefully by the time this video is out, the hats will be in stock. But it's a logo on the t-shirt with a logo on the back, or you have a distressed flag logo. hamiltonvillefarm.com. So go get you a t-shirt and a hat. We truly appreciate it. It really helps the channel out a lot. And I'm just thankful. I'm thankful for every one of you, even the guys that don't like me. I appreciate you guys too. So go buy you a t-shirt and a hat, and just to spite me. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, let's get the box blade on the road here. Pretty good, actually. Pretty good. a look-see, shall we? As we start the trail here, or the road in the background, you can see I just dug this ditches on the left, and I just pushed them over to the left. I didn't have to bring the spoils onto the ground, so that was no big deal there. And I didn't do the right side because I cut a lot, and I used a tractor and the skid steer to go to the section to the right of the screen right there, and I didn't want to have to cross that big ditch, so everything is diverted to the left side. And it's an easy ditch to dig, but then I picked both ditches back up here once I got past the little entrance into the what I call the swamp area. You know how you got names for everything on your property, but if you look, the road don't look that bad. So pushing that dirt over to the left and right sides of the ditches ain't gonna kill me, I don't think. Now they will fill up pretty quick, but it ain't that big of a deal because the roads are still in pretty good shape. But I try to keep a constant, and I hit record in the cockpit on the operator's workstation, but my camera failed to record. But I was explaining here how I had to keep pressure on the joystick to keep the tractor going in the direction I wanted and all that stuff. So it was quite challenging. But check out this part right here on the left. I almost got stuck. I'm not even kidding. And I was like, really? One track is on solid ground and one track is in the mud, and that thing was fighting for its life inside that little mud section right there. It was the craziest thing. But anyway, so we picked back up. There's a culvert underneath the area that we just passed right there, and we just continued on with ditches on both sides, left and right. And then I used the box blade, obviously, to clean this dirt up here. It does have a crown in it. It may not show on the film there, but you can see here where I parked the tractor. We drug that dirt into the middle of the road, and it does have a crown. I've got a hydraulic top link on that tractor. On my other tractor, I've got a hydraulic top link and side link. But anyway, it worked for what we needed it to work for. And then we just finished it on up and ran that ditch to where the bulldozer is sitting right there. And I think that's going to actually do us pretty good to keep this road maintained, keep it drivable, keep the water out of it. But that sand, you just can't. I'm telling you, I've dug holes 15 foot deep and have the sand fill it back up overnight. It's just, that's how it is where we live in our part of the country. So it's always fun driving the dozer. It's always fun to get on your equipment and drive and all that good stuff. But I'm telling you, there's nothing like it. Me and Gina actually got into our dozer, our skid steer, and our tractors and made a swell in our yard the other day. And so if you want to check that video, I'll link it right here. I actually put the boss lady to work. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of work to be done in these woods. To maintain 75 acres of property, it takes a hot minute to keep everything knocked down, especially, you know, you want to try to maintain it for the wildlife. You want to maintain it so you can, I got some walking trails through here that's pretty awesome. But it's pretty cool. It's pretty fun to have this property. God has blessed us with all this property. Now that we got the ditches done and the road in good shape, let's go and let's push over some trees. I got a couple of trees I need to knock over that's a little too big for my tractor. So we'll take the dozer, knock them over, clean it up. And there's just a little, like, you ever get these little nitnoid trees that are just in your way when you're bush hogging, stuff like that? Well, I got one of those. Or I've got a lot of those. But we'll push them over. And like that little scrappy one right there is going to come down. And that dead one right there is going to come down. Those two we're going to get for sure. And probably that big dead one. See, that big dead tree right there is doing absolutely nothing. So let's knock it down. literally at like 10 o'clock to track straight. That looks pretty good, actually. So we got, so that one came over no problem. The other one came over no problem. But that one over there, that was cool, wasn't it, man? Dragging it just upright the whole way. You know, I should really take care of that pine right there, shouldn't I? Cause that, well, here's my plan. Every couple years, I can reclaim. So that's a big dip behind that dirt pile right there. So I can keep pushing it back, and filling in the swamp there. But this dirt area now I can bush hog all this. There's a stump right there I got to get, but I can bush hog all this now, and you know, grass will grow, or weeds, or bush sage, or whatever. But nonetheless, it won't be that weedy, viney stuff. That's the technical name for those type of invasive plants, is the weedy, viney stuff. Y'all see that up there? That's my wife and my skid steer. I drove all the way back up here like a county worker. Got that blade up. I got boss lady over there doing some work. I mentioned earlier that there's a video of us digging a swell. She wants it a little deeper, so that's what she's doing, making it deeper, and then she'll back drag that dirt into that field over there. We appreciate you tagging along with our family. It's a fun journey, and we appreciate you guys very much. Take care. God bless you guys.